Okay, this is Joe for Joe's Plumbing, Drain, and Sewer Service. We're at 5549 Devonshire, South St. Louis City. We're here doing a video inspection of the sanitary line for the purposes of a home sale. Okay, we started off by hydrogetting the line because the trap was full of mud and couldn't get a camera in or through or anything on the previous company's trip. So I have hydrogetted the line out. Problem is, I've on my third camera on this one. I tried the big one, I tried the little one. I got a medium one. I finally got it to go through. I can't show you, but I believe there's a hole in the bottom of the trap because every time I was putting a different size camera head in, it wanted to get stuck in the bottom and it stirred up a muddy substance, even though I had already cleaned it out. Now I got through the trap now. I'm just right on the other side of the 6-inch yard trap heading towards the alley. I'm going to zero the footage counter in here, and we will look at the rest of the line that the previous company couldn't show because the line was full of mud. All right, John.
Yeah.
F4 enter. My fingers are too big to hit those buttons. F4 up here, and then enter. You don't have to do them at the same time.
Oh.
You're just zeroing in. Okay. All right. Footage counter's in. We're going to start the inspection here, heading out towards the alley. Okay, so far so good. As you can see, we were able to really clean the pipe. There's really nothing in it. Coming up here, we've got an offset, not too bad, but you can see the lip has shifted a little bit. See, there's a little pile of muddy water that puddled up in the low spot there. I figured it was going to do that. All right, we got through that. Luckily, it cleaned the lens off a little. There was a little dip in the pipe there holding water. Didn't seem to be anything major. There you see a little offset again. There's a set, every 2 feet you see a connection here. That's how these pipes are. All right, we hopped over that one. Oh, look at here. It's PVC. All right, it looks like there's been some repair done here. I'm guessing we're just getting to the alley. I see white fitting with purple primer on it. So that's PVC. We should see either more white pipe or light green after this. Yep. All right. There, and then here, it's going to drop probably straight down to the main. Cause see, we go to end of the repair. God, they did a short little repair on it, but it's a short alley. Now we're woo. Drop right down into the main and underwater. There. Yep, that's the main. All right. So, the most we've seen so far is just a little bit of belly and a couple of little offsets. I'm going to start pulling it back now, then we'll turn it around, and I already did it the other way, but we'll turn it around and look at the way going in, even though the other company was able to do that. Might as well give you both on one DVD. That you see I'm dragging is just a little piece of string that I use to guide it around the turn. It'll pull back with me. A little bit of sludge right there for one section. That's mud that's been rinsing out here from the trap. Now that that's all loosened up, it should flush out when we get a rain tonight. Dirtied up my lens though. There we go. Yeah, every joint here was got a little offset in it. Homes of this age with clay tile pipe, you can kind of expect that. There's no actual breaks here, and like I said, the trap holds water, so I can't show you for sure, but it sure felt like to me with my other cameras that they were getting stuck in the bottom of the pipe and bringing back mud all over the lens. But I can't show you that. It's impossible because the trap is holding water, and the jetter seems to go right through it. I zipped it in there and it went right over the spot, so whatever it is, it's probably not big, and the line is thoroughly rinsed out now. I'll turn around and show you the other direction once I get back out of this trap. You'll see I'll come through the water. Now, you do have a little bit of cracking right here in the bottom of backside of the trap. There's some teeny little cracks there in the clay tile. It doesn't look like it's to the point of breaking. Whoop, now you see the water from the trap. I pulled back a little too hard. Let me push back in there a little bit, see if I can show you again. But there, that's the joint there. That's not the crack, but the crack's right there on the other side of it. All right, we're gonna pull up and out of the water now. Okay. Now also, when we did gin it, we pulled back gobs of feminine product. The line was packed full. I just saved a little piece here to show you so you know what I mean. And you can't put these in these old city clay tile lines because they don't dissolve. And this will be for the new owner so they know not to do it. Wipe my lens off here. All right. See here in the grass. That's one long wad of feminine products. I don't know a better way to describe them, but anyway, for the new owner, don't put these in the line. It'll help stop it up. All right, let me turn this camera around. All right, John, you want to flip me around here? Yeah. Trap water looks muddy even though I've rinsed a good, let's see, my tank holds 250. I know I've used 2 or more tanks full, so I put at least 500 gallons of water down there, and you see that water still looks a little dirty. Now I'm going to guide it in that pipe you see off to the side here. That's the ingoing line. Alright, see we got mud there too, right there, that's coming from the trap. Alright, now we should be past this. Alright, now this is the part of the line that he already cambered, but I don't remember what it looked like, so I'll show it to you again. And you see those joints every 2 feet. And they all show a little bit of offset, but You see the camera's going right over most of them without much problem. What do we got here? All right, here we got another line coming into the side. This is either the deep basement floor drain, because the sanitary runs out high out of the basement wall above where the basement floor is, so the floor drain has to come out and tie in further out to get the proper depth. So this could either be that floor drain or one of the downspouts. Now we got another one up there on top. As I'm looking at it, it'd be the right hand side of the screen on the top. See it right there on the side, I should say. Camera head spun around a little on me. And now we're upside down. Okay. Okay, we're still in clay tile, so we haven't gotten up under the basement yet. Which should be right here. Alright, here's where the transition is. You see we're going from a bigger pipe down to a smaller pipe. And it also turns into the old cast iron. Now, I'm seeing something here that doesn't belong here. This here is, I don't know what they put in the side, but corrugated pipe doesn't belong in here. It's either a very bad repair, or they've tapped another line into the side of it. But that's inside the basement floor, or up underneath that porch. Could very well be under there. You see how it ties in on the side there. Now I'm past it. And this still looks pretty. Alright, now we're coming to a turn. And that's going to be the end. That's going to be coming up in that floor drain, or where the stack drops down. So we can see all the way in. It's not broken. Cast iron's, rusty. Like, I'm guessing this house is a good 75 years old. So it's going to look a little rusty. But it's not collapsed anywhere. I just don't understand what that little piece of corrugated pipe is shoved in there for. I don't know if it was dug up and repaired, and that's how they repaired it, or they tied something in on the side. But here we come. Here it is, right here. Right there. See if my pause button works here. Okay, I went inside and located the spot. It appears there's been a repair done in that area. I can follow it in the concrete, but I traced it out, marked it where it ends. This is right at the end of the wall, where you can see the repair finish on the floor. I marked it with green tape. It's 9 inches deep at this spot. Now, what I want to see is if that's a piece wrapped around a broken spot or if that is a piece tying in. So I'm going to have my man pour some water and green dye down the basement floor drain and see if it comes through the black pipe or see if it comes from behind the black pipe. That way we'll tell you if it's a tie-in or they use that to wrap around and repair it. So, okay, hold on a second and I'll tell him to start dumping the dye tablet. Go ahead. Now this will probably take a minute or two to get here, if it even comes out of here, but we'll find out shortly. Oh, they must have used it for a repair, because you see the green dye flowing through the pipe. So that they just wrapped that corrugated pipe around the break. I'm guessing it's working, but it's not correct. Not the way it should be done. And there you see the proof. Okay. All right. Well, that'll pretty much finish this inspection. We got a spot in the trap that I can't show you because it's underwater, but it keeps letting mud into the trap. And then we have the spot that I could show you up under the basement floor. Now everything's working, nothing's collapsed, but there's just a few problems that, well, depending on the owner or the buyer or the seller, should be taken care of. I'm going to start pulling it out. Oh, I didn't even notice that tie-in when I went by. Oh, that's the transition. Never mind. That's where it goes from 6 into 4. And it's a little rough at that transition. You can see the clay tile is wrapped around the clay tile's wrapped around the cast iron there. And you've got some spots where it looks like, the clay tile's breaking off, but the cast iron goes out into it. So that's a few feet in further, probably up under that porch. Once again, nothing that's collapsed, but something that's not as good as it was when it was put in. And I think a downspout either side. There's a piece of broken clay right there. I mean, I'm sure it's what at one time wrapped around the cast iron, but now it's fallen off the side of it all. And now we're back into the 6-inch clay tile pipe, all of which in this area seem to be in fairly good condition. No major offsets, no breaks in here at all. Should be getting close to the trap here. Yeah, see, we're getting right at the trap area, and no matter how many times you go through it, it oozes that silt and mud back in. See, I'll push down on the bottom of here. Yep. All right. Okay, that'll conclude this inspection. I'm going to go ahead and stop and burn your DVD now, and we'll get it to your agent.